You've been an advocate. I don't know if you
medical advocate. Yes.
A medical.
Yeah.
Well, because he had that. That was I remember.
With the twins. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know about that?
Heparin, too much heparin. I read about it.
Yes,
Is that correct?
That's right.
Yes.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So and that's not what this is going to be about. But that had to be an incredibly scary time as a parent.
That was the scariest time of my life. They were 12 days old and they developed a staph infection and took them to hospitals. They were immediately went into 2 weeks of intravenous, on 12-day-old kids of heparin. They used heparin for the antibiotics.
Is a blood thinner.
It's a blood thinner, and it keeps the blood from coagulating at the point where the needle is put in, and they gave them the wrong dose. Instead of 10 units, they gave them the adult 10,000 unit. So their blood turned to the consistency of water and was off the measurable scale for 45 hours.
Can I ask you why then you decided to go after the maker of heparin or the pharmaceutical instead of the nurses and doctors that gave the dosage?
Well, because nurses and doctors, they're really overworked. Hospitals every day, any normal hospital, there'll be about 100 mistakes, medical errors made each and every day.
Are you just throwing that
number out? It's either the wrong
out?
Patient, wrong medicine, wrong this, wrong room, whatever. But they were overdosed at least twice.
Twice?
Yeah. But it's because the reason being was because the kid bottle was light blue, the adult bottle was dark blue. And
that I would fuck that up.
I'm
colorblind.
You're colorblind.
Yeah, and it went through 5 different checks to get to the room where a teaching nurse was teaching a nurse. You got to make sure you get the right dosage of.
That's what happened.
Gave them the wrong dose. So what we did is Cedars really stepped up and and spent $40 million on patient safety, including barcoding. Like you go to the grocery store, you buy some ice cream, beep, you got the barcoding on there, but
right? Somehow
that's too expensive for hospitals or whatever. But that saves a lot of lives just because you got the right medicine and the right patient.
So you went and were you spearheading a lawsuit to the pharmaceuticals? Is that what?
Well, it's very difficult to sue pharmaceuticals.
That's what I'm saying. So what did you do?
Really hard.
You're going to end up like
they did change the bottles, which is really what we're
just of heparin or of it's the way
on the heparin. Yes,
but I was going to say you got to be careful because you're going to end up like the Boeing whistleblowers when you come up against the pharmaceutical
that was 16 years ago. So I guess it's a grudge for 16 years. I don't know, but they stepped up
But you ended up making documentaries about.
I went to Congress and spoke about it in Congress and the oversight committee. But they stepped up and those kids themselves they wound up saving a lot of lives because of that. It happened a year before that in Indianapolis Hospital with twins, by the way, and happened to 2 twins about 3 months after this incident. So went a long way through it.
But your kids are fine.
The kids, they were, bleeding out of their umbilical cord, shooting blood and stuff. And anywhere they had been, had an opening there. And the danger was a hemorrhage in the brain or one of the organs, and what saved them was they were so young they couldn't thrash about. So there was no hemorrhage, and we had to wait for a couple of years because you don't know. And
holy shit!
But everything was just fine.
Wow!
Dodged a bullet.
Wow! That's not where I wanted to
I think it was the power of prayer that really saved them because it was a worldwide story, and there was a lot of people praying for them.
That's very important to you. That's I know that you found that after addiction, right?
Well, it's always been a part of me, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear of you being that devout before.
Drug addicts can believe in God too.
Yeah, I know, but didn't you find that to be your saving
Yes,
grace?
that was this. You do need, a higher power in order to overcome something like that. And but yes, that was a part of it.